Hi, today we're going to make an exploding box using our Cricut machine. The template is free to cut. It's in Design Space community, but since you can't search that, I will provide the link both on my blog and on Facebook. I am Lucine. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My blog is lindalucine.blogspot.com. It has lots of craft things on it. I just started putting Cricut things on it. This is actually the first thing that I'll have for Cricut, but I'll be adding more Cricut. But it's got a lot of other fun things on it. My Facebook page is also brand spanking new. It's Cricut Lovers Friendship Group, which is an open group, so please stop by for the link. Okay, let's get started. You're going to need 4 12 by 12 pieces of cardstock. I like to use double-sided, but I'm not doing it this time, so you can see that it doesn't have to be double-sided. I'm going to use 3 patterned pieces and 1 solid piece. Sometimes I'll use 2 solid pieces here or here. It's totally a matter of choice. It really doesn't matter what you use. You'll also need some glue. I use art glitter glue because it's just a wonderful paper glue. And you'll need something to press down your seams. I'm going to use just a plain old bone folder. Okay. All right, now here's the machine. Now, I pulled this up from Design Space community, but for some reason you can't search in the community, so I will post the links on my blog and I'll post the links on my Facebook page as well, so you can get straight to the template. It comes up with 4 pieces. You've got the lid. Can't get my mouse to work. Hello, mouse. Okay, you've got the lid, then you've got the outside part of the box, the next layer, and then the middle layer of the box. Now you can see that these squares don't seem to fit these squares, and that's because this square is made to go with this one, and this one is made to go with this one, and these are made to go with this one, because I thought it would make more sense to have decorative pieces to put on, say, the pink box with green decorative pieces to fit there, so that you can mix and match. It makes it look more cohesive. But if you want to ungroup this, you can ungroup it and arrange these in other places. Just make sure they'll fit into your 12 by 12 piece. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut. I'm going to use this for my lid. I'll put that in the machine. Okay. You can notice that I'm using my fabric mat. Long story, but I ended up with a whole bunch and I found that it works fine. So I'm going to use my fabric mat. I'm going to come up and I'm going to make it. They should come up in order with the, hello? They should come up in order with the lid first, and then the outside of the box, the middle part of the box, and then the inside of the box is last. So you shouldn't be able to get confused. Now I'm not going to sit here while this all prints, or cuts rather, so I'll turn it off and be right back. Okay, so I've got all my pieces cut. I left the last piece on the mat, so in case I have some beginners, that you can see how easy it is to take off. Just pick up a corner and take the outside edges off. Yeah. For some reason it didn't want to cut that piece, and just get rid of that. If the pieces are big enough, I would save them. To get your other pieces off, fold your mat back a little bit like so, and most of it will just pop off. If you need a little help getting it off, there is a tool. Looks like this. There's another one that's slightly different too. You step in the corners back, and you can use the tool to scrape underneath it like that. And except for very small, intricate pieces, we don't usually need the tool. Okay, now that had a little bit of fiber stick to it, so I'm going to just trim that off. And this one was the same way. Others didn't do that. I don't know why this one did. I might not have had the cardstock pushed down flat enough to the mat. Okay, I'm going to start with the lid because that is the one that needs to be folded. So you're going to take your lid and you're going to turn it to the wrong side, and you're going to find these two little flaps on both sides of one section, and they fold just on the line, just where it shows, just straight in. So fold those straight in, line it up with the marks, and get those out of the way. Now all four ends have the fold line right there. I'm going to fold that down. And you can see everything's folded in. Just fold it in. And then the next one is this line right here. And that also is getting folded in. So just fold that in, all four sides. Fold that in. And the very last fold is the little flaps on the end. There's a fold there. These are the ones that get folded back. So fold that one back. Fold that back. Fold that back. And fold that back. And this is what all your it should look like. Now putting together is actually pretty easy. Let me get my glue. You're going to take these two flaps and you're going to put them up where they'll be inside the one that doesn't have flaps. So I'm going to push that up. I'm going to kind of get this out of the way. Put those inside like that. This is going to get pushed up and around it. So I'm going to put the glue on the flap that got turned backwards. Push that down with the flaps inside, all the way in, and then glue that down to the inside of the piece. And the same thing over here. Push your flaps in, put glue on the flap that is backwards, keeping the flaps inside like that. Just bring that up and around, push it down. That flap doesn't want to go in there. And glue it down flat. Okay. Then the last two, you just have to put glue on the flaps. And push them down. And that gives you a very nice, sturdy lid. Okay. Oops. Oh, it had glue, I just hadn't pressed it down. Okay. Down on the box, you start with your outside of your box with the outside down. Fold it. On your score mark. My score marks are actually on the other side, but they do help to fold it in the right place. Alright, then you take your middle piece, fold on your score lines, and I think I might have messed up again. It looks like my big piece is the one that got cut out of the solid. So I'll make do. So what I'm going to do, I think, is put this on the inside there. So I'll just flip that around and glue that down inside. Now I usually just eyeball it. If you want to measure it, you can use a little bit of pencil line that you can erase later to measure it flat, to measure it even. Alright, little glue on the bottom. Put that in. Get it in nice and straight. And then glue it down. last piece. Fold, 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 glue, and press down. Now, this, because this isn't double-sided, you've got all this white space. That's why I've got the other pieces. And you can just glue those here. And it makes for like a little nice contrast. Oh, that's not very straight. Okay, and I can glue these here. And I could glue these here. So that you have and then when you put this together, when you get those all glued in, you just hold it together. You just hold it together and put your lid on, and you're all set. And I'm going to put these other pieces on. Okay. Alright, so I have finished putting all the things inside. And you can see it looks good from all directions. And it's all ready to put your photos on, or little scenes, or whatever you want. It also makes a perfect gift box if you're going to make ornaments. So, cool. Huh? Now, go out and make one.